Brownsville trying to get on the board first. Ground ball handled nicely by the third baseman Kormansky. Steps on the back for the first inning. 3-1 pitch. And there's a base hit through that hole on the left side. Rios going to be waved home. Throw from Jones. Not going to be in time. Throw to third. And safe there. Chance to deliver a big hit here. And he does. Drills one into the gap in left center. But he doesn't. The ball hung up. Scoring from third on the sac fly is going. 2-2 pitch. Comebacker snared with the ball handed up behind the back by Lopez, and he throws to first to get Ruda. That's a highlight reel play there by Lopez. Bryson works from the windup. That ball's drilled to right center field. Over is Dino. He'll make the catch. Second out of the inning. Tagging from third is Vela. He will score. Brownsville, Texas takes a 3-2 lead to the Browns. Third base. That ball's hit well into the gap in left center field. Grippo on roll. He's not going to get it. He's going to go to the fence. Lopez rounding third. He's going to be waved home. No throw to the plate. There's a ball sinking liner going to drop in for a base hit. One running will score. Grippo picks it up. His throw coming to the plate. And it's not going to be in time. Sliding in is Ruben Lopez. Jones delivers. The ball bunted, but it's popped up and it's grabbed by the pitcher. And doubling off to pitch. Grounded to short. Fielded by Garcia. Throw to first. Ball game over. Brownsville, Texas. Going to the championship game. The next quarter goes playing the World Series against Youngstown, Ohio. And the celebration is on.
Pentagon officials have said that the military base in El Paso could receive thousands of Afghanistan refugees as Taliban topples U.S. government. How does that affect immigration and our COVID-19 crisis here on the border? Texas governor tested positive for COVID yesterday. Will the state of Texas see a surge now that school is up and running? A high school student was arrested for making a gun threat at school. Should we be worried about today's youth? It is Wednesday, August 18th, 7:04 a.m. My name is Frankie Olivo, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. Good morning, Manny. How's it going? Hope you have a good Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. Nice to see you on here, my man. RGV Elite, we just showed the clip of them advancing to the World Series. What a great accomplishment for our boys. We previously have been talking about how they are currently right now in the Pony Little League World Series. Last night, they ended up playing and winning their fifth game. They are advancing to the championship game, which will be played tonight against Youngstown, Ohio. What a great accomplishment. Special shouts out goes to the Herrera family and also their stud lefty pitcher, Javier Garcia. It's going to be an interesting matchup. We'll be rooting for the boys. Hopefully they have much success in this tournament. We previously had stated how it is a great experience for them going forward. They could measure themselves, but the way they've been playing, lights out. It seems like if their batting has been coming along this past couple of days, couple games. So a big shout out to RGV Elite Baseball representing the city of Brownsville. They will be playing in the championship against an Ohio team. Hopefully they win the game and bring back the hardware down to the Rio Grande Valley. So special shouts out goes to the parents, the coaches, and more importantly the players that are doing big things. It is set to be a warm day today. Right now, currently we're at 84 degrees. In the afternoon, we should be at 96 degrees. It should be it's what seems like a good day. Also, we've been monitoring the tropical storm Grace. Based on this trajectory, as of last night, our area will be slightly missing the tropical storm. with our infrastructure, with our questionable infrastructure, maybe it is a good thing. We have previously stated how we are bound to get a hurricane. We are in hurricane season. It's been several years since our area got hit by a hurricane. Unfortunately, Mexico will be hit by this tropical storm. We should be receiving scattered showers and some rain Friday and Saturday as this tropical storm makes landfall around that time. So we dodged the bullet, so to speak. Um, we'll see how our brothers do in down in Mexico with this tropical storm. Good morning, Kat. How's it going? Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Also, want to recognize one of the Juarez boys, Sebastian Juarez. He is ranked number one in USA boxing in the 145 division. What a great accomplishment. We have previously spoken about the Juarez boys, the Juarez family, Coach Rudy Juarez, and he's got a little dynasty going. He's got Rudy the third playing college football. He's got Omar fighting on the world stage, and now he's got uh, the young prodigy Sebastian, ranked number one in USA boxing. Currently, right now, RGV Elite Boxing this past weekend was in San Antonio sparring. We saw pictures of the whole gang up there. Omar and Sebastian were also participating in this event. Special shots out goes to Sebastian, to RGV Elite Boxing. We hope that this will give you that drive. We already know that you're hungry, but we just need you to take that other next step. But again, a promising future for this young man. Great role models for the city of Brownsville with him and his two older brothers. So again, congratulations to Sebastian Juarez, the Juarez family, and more importantly, to Coach Rudy Juarez for really putting Brownsville on the map for boxing. Yesterday, we had volleyball, the start of volleyball. The Hannah Eagles faced the Lady Vikings. The Lady Vikings took the game in 4 sets. Special shots out goes to Coach Venegas. It's exciting to have sports back. We just ask and plead that our athletes are safe out there with this Delta variant. It is kind of scary, but it's good to see the ladies out there. We love competition, and it's great to have fans in the audience. So congratulations to the Lady Vikings and to Coach Venegas. Her first year at Pace, she moved over from Lopez. So congratulations to the Lady Vikings. Congratulations to Coach Venegas. It's exciting to have volleyball and football up and running. Also, special shots out goes to Michael Perez. He competed in the single elite racquetball championship in Colorado this past weekend. He faced a talented Bolivian opponent in the championship game, and we are proud to announce that Michael got silver. Racquetball, we don't hear of that sport anymore. I remember back in, I would say maybe 15, 20 years ago, we had World's Gym and Powerhouse back in the day. Those gyms had racquetball at their facilities, and we don't hear about that much today. So Michael is a Lopez Lobo alum. I believe he played quarterback and running back, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations to Michael Perez. We don't hear about racquetball down here too often, but we congratulate him and in his quest for this new sport. Reach out to him. His mother was asking the community, anybody who would want to get involved or has questions about the sport, feel free to contact Michael Perez on Facebook. Once again, it's great to it's great to see Brownsville traveling, whether it's the Pony Little League World Series and racquetball championship. It's good to have Brownsville being represented at these events. Good morning, Montalvo. How's it going? School's back up and running. I believe you were. Where were you? In Cancun, Puerto Vallarta? Where were you? Not too long ago. Hope you had a good vacation. Nice to see you on here, and hopefully we'll bump into each other next time at Wings and Rings or wherever you'd like to meet up. Wings will be on me. Hope you have a good day. Nice to see you on here. Back in the day, how old are you? I'm too old. I'm too old, Quesada. Hey, but you're older. Happy belated birthday, Quesada. El licenciado Ernesto Quesada, tuning in all the way from Puerto Vallarta. Agradecido estamos por su presencia, licenciado. Gracias por estar aquí. Esperamos que tenga un lindo día. Saludos a la señorita, a la esposa y al chamaco. Y al chamaco tuyo. Much love, my man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate you. Cancun. Yes, I was close. Cancun. Again, happy vacation. Hope you recharge the batteries. Hope you have a good hump day. Wings on you. Busted. That was just for Montalvo, not for anyone else. Morning, Joe. How's it going? Hope you have a good Wednesday. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Take me to lunch. I'll take you to lunch. You're going to pay. How about that? I like the sound to that. We'll get started with Texas news. It's been a lot of action that's been going on in the state of Texas lately. We recently got word that we will be potentially having refugees from Afghanistan in Texas. We have seen how the Taliban have toppled the U.S. government in Afghanistan, in the Middle East. They have overtaken the government, and that they have implemented their own Sharia law. We have seen pictures, which I will not post, of the refugees frantically wanting to get on the U.S. planes. We saw videos of people falling from these airliners, these aircrafts, as they try to hold on as much as possible to leave Afghanistan. Well, Pentagon officials have stated that El Paso could be a possible destination for these Afghan refugees. And again, this video on the screen just goes to show the anxiety, the fear that many individuals faced there in their homeland. And again, we have talked about how there will be a power vacuum in the area. The Taliban did or are now in full control of the region, and how we expect the United States not to go down quietly. There will be bloodshed, there will be war, and unfortunately, there will be chaos. Well, we saw images and video of Afghan refugees frantically wanting to board these planes and get out of Kabul, the only area, the only city in Afghanistan that is currently in the control of the Americans. As we all know, the Taliban is in negotiations with the U.S. government for a peaceful transfer of power. Now, again, we do have this issue with immigration that we are facing here on our southern border in El Paso, in Matamoros, in Reynosa, along the U.S. border. And I do want to stress that we do recognize that this is a humanitarian issue. We don't want to sound cruel or cold-hearted regarding refugees, but it just got me thinking: is this what we need for the state of Texas? We have COVID at its full force. It seems we have our border issues, border crisis that the government still hasn't really addressed, and it really affects us here in our local area. Well, now to add to that, now we are going to be having over 20,000 refugees in El Paso, which might sound a little weird. And while many of these refugees will be housed at the Fort Bliss military base in El Paso, there is a possibility that other settlers, other refugees will be settled throughout the state of Texas in cities like Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston, according to the Refugee Services of Texas on a statement that they released. And again, we want to make sure that we stress that we are sympathetic with these individuals that are seeking shelter, are seeking refuge, do want to start a new life. Right now, the government, there are many uncertainties. There is no economic opportunity. Right now, Afghanistan um, is in the middle of an economic crisis now with a new form of government. There is many question marks as to how they will proceed moving forward. But we did get word from the Pentagon that over 20,000 refugees will be shipped, will be housed in El Paso and various other cities. And again, we want to stress the importance of stating that this is a humanitarian issue. But at the same time, this got me thinking. While we would want to believe that these individuals are coming for a better life, for a promise of peace and tranquility, which they did not receive or did have in their homeland. This got me thinking. With over 20,000 refugees coming from Afghanistan, is this our Trojan horse? Again, we are in the middle of a COVID pandemic. The Delta variant is in full force. The state of Texas is one of the largest states in the in the U.S. that have seen a significant rise or a significant surge of positive cases throughout these past several months with the Delta variant. Now, with these refugees coming, are we going to allow possible extremism, individuals who hate the United States, who have um, this feeling or this memory of the United States, of this hatred for our country? It got me thinking to Sparta, to the Trojan horse, how they saw a horse and like, oh wow, we'll bring it in. But what was in this Trojan horse? Soldiers, individuals that wanted to come and kill and take over their land. Now, while this might be a little far fetched, I do want to recognize and state: could this picture on the screen, could this image be our version of the Trojan horse? Will the refugees be coming over here with the mentality of "I hate America"? Again, we sympathize with them. This is a humanitarian issue. While we feel that not everybody in Afghanistan or in the Middle East has this hatred towards the United States, that there are many that don't have these radical views. There are still many that do. Again, we could talk about how we ourselves as a nation have caused this throughout history. There is a reason why they feel this way against Americans. Now, by us allowing 20,000 individuals of being stationed in El Paso, San Antonio, Austin, are we allowing extremist radicals in our country without knowing it? And they're under the disguise of being refugees? I don't know. It might sound far fetched, and I am an individual who does believe in conspiracy theories. But this isn't outside the box. This is a possibility. I expect the United States government to monitor these individuals, to keep a close eye on them. But as of right now, I see this as a Trojan horse. I see this as a um, possible avenue of something catastrophic happening. We are potentially having radical extremists take cover in our country under the disguise of being a refuge. It's just something to think about, something that caught my eye, and I thought, is this the Trojan horse that happened to Sparta? Are these refugees over 20,000? Will this be our Trojan horse? That remains to be seen, but see how that goes. Hopefully, when all Americans and interests are out of Afghanistan, no balls Biden will do something useful and meaningful against evil. And again, we did see how there are still many individuals, Steamboat, over 40,000. There are between 10 and 40,000 American citizens stranded in Afghanistan. We have contractors, linguistics, translators, all the individuals that worked at the embassy. I believe they were evacuated, but again, we still have soldiers there. We have Americans. We have news reporters, journalists. There's still a lot of people out there. We hope the United States does respond aggressively to this overtake of Afghanistan. But you are correct, Steamboat. It is important to note that there are between 10 and 40,000 American citizens that are still stranded in Afghanistan. Who called you from the Pentagon? Pa que veas. um, Good morning, Peppermint Patty. How's it going? Hope you have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. In other news in Texas, we got word that Governor Abbott has tested positive on Tuesday for COVID-19, according to his office. Abbott, who is fully vaccinated, was isolating in Austin at the governor's mansion, according to his communications team. And he did state that while he did test positive, that he is not experiencing any symptoms as of as of as of yesterday. But again, it is interesting to note that just yesterday, he did house an event in Austin with his supporters. And what was interesting, of course, is that they weren't wearing masks, unfortunately. Here on the screen, we have a picture of Governor Abbott attending a standing room only event in McKinney, Texas, one day before he tested positive. And if we see the video, if we saw what was going on, many individuals had close contact with the governor. And again, you talk about hundreds of people that were taking pictures with him, that were conversing with him, and the majority of these individuals, they did not have a face mask. It was on Monday. Yes, I was preparing yesterday, thinking it was yesterday. Thank you for catching that. Yes, it was Monday. But again, none of them were wearing masks. Unfortunately, right now the governor is receiving antibody treatments to prevent his conditioning from worsening. And while he is vaccinated, this just goes to show that individuals need to be very careful, even though they have received vaccinations. Here on Twitter, Sawyer says that he did receive a third booster shot of the vaccine, which is something that is still not yet available to the public. Governor Abbott is receiving monoclonal antibody treatment, something that the FDA has only authorized for those with high risk for progress to severe COVID-19. How they find themselves in, which is a little bit scarier. And this just got me thinking: what about us down here? We did have BISD start its new calendar year yesterday on Tuesday. Will we be seeing a surge in cases? That is what the experts are saying. And BISD officials are acknowledging that they will be having a surge in positive cases with a large number of students that will be back at school. Yesterday, the BISD Public Information Department did release on Twitter a statement, because there were some individuals stating that there were less than 20,000 or over 20,000 students that did not appear. Yesterday, the Communications Department did state that there were 85% of 40,000 students. They had close to 34,000 students attend the first days of school. Now, what was interesting is that after or on the same day that Governor Abbott came out and stated that he was positive, we got a word that Texas has already requested more trailers from FEMA, bracing for more COVID-19 deaths in our state. And this is something that we saw last year here in Weslaco, Mission, and I think the city of Brownsville did have one trailer. The hospitals could not house or did not have any space anymore for the bodies, and they ended up ordering these trailers. And as we could see here on the screen, how these bodies were just stacked up, kind of like kind of like a piece of meat, pretty much, and that's unfortunate. Again, we have seen how individuals were not able to give a proper burial, proper funeral for individuals who did succumb to the COVID-19 crisis, to the COVID-19 virus. But it is important to recognize that Texas did order more trailers. They are expecting the surge to occur within September and October. Uh, so we are right around the corner. So we should be expecting a lot of positive cases and deaths, a lot more deaths moving forward. It's funny how those missing students might be the ones who withdrew from Brownsville. Um, you might you might be correct. As of right now, and again, these were all just preliminary numbers. But what about those students that are in Mexico? We do have a large population of students that do cross daily from Matamoros on a daily basis. They might not be coming because of COVID. There are some travel restrictions that are in place. I'm not sure. I have to check whether the students will be allowed to come into the United States as they once did. But that could be a possibility, Lucy. How students have been withdrawn by their parents, and we have seen and heard about how some parents weren't having it the first day of school. They said, you know what? I went, I saw the teacher wasn't wearing masks, the students weren't wearing masks. Um, I decided to have my child at home. Again, we do have individuals who want their children to be present. They feel that they regressed. And we do have the parents on the other side who are saying it's still too dangerous. I'm still on the fence about it. I'm not ready to have my child be sent back into the brick and mortars with a large population of students. So will we be having a surge in cases where we will have mass casualties, where we won't be having any more room to house these bodies? It seems like it, because Texas did order 5 trailers that will be stationed in San Antonio, and they will be sent out to different areas as needed. And now for our featured story. Being the first couple days of school, there's always a positive energy, positive vibe going on. Students are excited for the new school year. They get new shoes. They're excited to see who will be in their classrooms for this academic year. But also, we did get some scary news. There was a high school student that was detained for gun threat at one of the BISD schools. And while individuals have stated previously that, oh, kids will be kids, we do want to emphasize and stress the severity of this and how scary this might be for the parents. Again, police said that around 7 a.m. a threat was messaged into the school's Facebook. The student, who is a minor who wasn't identified in the release, was arrested after federal authorities made contact with the school district police department to assist in arresting the high school student, according to the news release. And this got me thinking. Remember 10 years ago what happened in the city of Brownsville? We had the shooting. We had a school-related shooting at Cummings. And it was something that I still remember what I was doing on that day. I was taking my undergrad courses, and this happened at 8 a.m., the start of school. A student brandished a pellet gun, and he was met with firepower. He was killed in the halls of Cummings Middle School here in the city of Brownsville. And this just got me thinking, are we as a society failing our youth? We seem to have been desensitized with violence. In Mexico, we hear about having the citizens of Mexico, seeing bloodshed. They see bodies hanging from bridges, mutilated corpses. They see death on a daily basis, and that's the reality. They have become desensitized to that. Before, it might have been like, oh my God. Now it's like, a dead body. That is our society today. And now our youth, what does this say about our youth? And again, while this might be, oh, kids being kids and, blame the parents, while I agree the parents are at fault, but at the same time, I I blame us as a society because we have allowed for this to happen. Our youth play video games that are graphic in nature and make killing seem like a sport. We got games like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, some games that are real graphic in nature and make killing seem like it's just something normal. And it's scary that on the first few days of school, our youth don't realize the severity and or the significance of these threats. Again, have we failed as a society by allowing this to happen? While we hope that this individual does recognize and understand the severity of this, we hope that as a society we would talk to our children, speak to our youth. Many times it's easier for us just to ignore them, have them go into their room, play their video games as long as they don't bother us. But what are they feeding themselves? What are they learning through playing these games? They are being desensitized with violence. They are seeing how violence is a game, how killing people on Grand Theft Auto is a sport, and you get points, you get money, you advance levels if you make so many kills. Are we fading as a society? Is the city of Brownsville seeing? Will we be seeing another Cummings Middle School shooting because these kids think that, oh, it's funny, I'm going to talk about a gun on the first couple of days of school? Again, a very, very scary situation. We hope and pray that we are able to reach out to our youth and stress the importance and the significance of gun violence. How it's not nothing to play with. That is a very serious issue, and that is something that needs to be addressed very, very soon because our youth seems to feel that this is something normal. Buenos días, saludos, buenos días, señor Martínez, ¿cómo está? Feliz miércoles, gracias por estar aquí. Esperamos que tenga un lindo día. Saludos a la familia, a Rosy, a Pedro, a Pedrito y a Jocelyn. Saludos. Ojalá que tenga un lindo miércoles. Gracias por estar aquí. It's simple. Reminder, we have high-tech devices that can perform miracles, yet they are microscope germs who can create chaos and disruption effortlessly. And that is what we're dealing with, Steamboat. Now it is not the atomic bomb. Now it is biological warfare. Now it is viruses. We just saw how the world stopped because of this biological virus. This shut down the United States. It shut down the world economy, and that is very scary. That is worse. That is worse than an atomic bomb because the the suffering the suffering is just as bad, and it's just not just for a certain region, but we felt it throughout the world. Morning. It's almost Friday, Raymond. Almost Friday, my man. I hope you're having a good week. Shouts out to Lopez High School, the math department. Thank you so much for tuning in, Raymond. I really, really appreciate you, my man. Let's meet up soon whenever you're free. You remember Cummings Middle School? Yeah. What were you doing, Lucy? I know I was in I forget what class. It was an education course, and my phone kept blowing up. Shooting at Cummings, gun at Cummings, police at Cummings. Like, it's 8 in the morning. What the hell could be going on? But again, we have seen how Columbine happened. Uh, just tragic event. And then for the city of Brownsville to experience this is very tragic. But where were you when the Cummings Middle School shooting occurred? It is something that I still remember to this day. Cops did the shooting, not the student. The student provoked the scenario that led to this tragedy, and I totally agree. The officers did everything in their power to try to uh, get this student to let go of the weapon. For whatever reason, he didn't, and the cops did what they were instructed to do to protect the community. And it's unfortunate that there was a life lost. But no, I am in no form saying that the police are at fault for this. I'm just trying to state that, are we as a society failing our youth by not really conveying the message of saying that, hey, gun violence is real. This isn't a sport. This isn't nothing to play with. So for this teenager to be arrested yesterday based on a threat that he posted on Facebook, it seems like if whatever I post on Facebook, it's whatever. But no, there is a severity. There is something very, very important that we need to address, and that's gun violence. That's threats, because we did see this in the city of Brownsville at Cummings Middle School 10 years ago, and it's an unfortunate and tragic event that this happened. So I agree, Steamboat. The officers did everything in according to protocol, and they did what was necessary at that time. The scary thing is that I know the cop. I know the cop that that was part of this shooting. I went to school with him, so it is pretty close to my heart, because he did go through an emotional time, unfortunately. Good morning, Olga. How's it going? Happy Wednesday. Hope you have a good week. How are the grandkids enjoying the first week of school? I hope they're masked up. I know they're masked up. I hope you include antibacterial in their backpacks. That way they can always be safe. I appreciate you, Miss Perez. Hope you have a good Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. I believe I was at home. I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but I remember looking at this and saw that this boy wanted to get killed. He left a note behind when he took that weapon to school. That's a red flag. He wanted attention, but badly his life was taken. I forgot about that. Thank you for commenting regarding that. I forgot about the note that was left by the teenager. And again, a teenager. I believe he was 14 or 15 years old, if I'm not mistaken. But again, have we been failing our youth? What has occurred from 10 years to now? I feel like if the video games, the exposure to violence has only gotten worse for our youth. Um, I hope and pray that this is a lesson for us parents moving forward, that we need to stress that, hey, this is serious. You don't play around with people's lives. You don't threaten nobody. It is very, very scary situation. And again, we just had the start of school where everybody is excited, and then to have a shutdown at school, then to have the authorities make sure that the next Cummings doesn't occur. It's just very tragic. Good morning, Salinas. How's it going? JL, how's it going? Good morning. Have a happy Wednesday, sir. I really appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good Wednesday. My time is up, guys. Have a great day. See you all on Friday at 7 p.m. 7 a.m. Hope you have a great day. Happy hump day. God bless everybody. Lydia. Good morning, Lydia. How's it going? Hope you have a good Wednesday. Say hello to the kids and to the family. Hope you have a good Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I know it's a little bit early, but early bird gets the worm, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great hump day. God bless.